in the flesh.
What up, though? This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all.
Yo, in this
Funky Fresh in the flesh.
in the flesh. What's
We
going
back.
on with you, bro?
Yeah, just out here chilling on the West Coast. About to come to Detroit soon, man. Just seeing us this latest in the news, man. To see how we gonna keep it
Yeah,
together.
you got a lot going on, man.
Right.
The Lions just kicked butt today
And what
again.
what we 8 or 9 and 1? 9 and 1?
8-1, yeah.
8 and 1? Yeah.
Yo,
Super Bowl
yeah.
dreams, huh?
They out here demolishing teams now. But
Yeah,
that Texas game was a huge comeback though. That probably was the game of the year for them, for me,
right.
to see them come back. Hey, what was funny though was like the kicker, right? He basically kind of saved the game, but they was like, yeah, he was just selling bricks last year. He was selling bricks last year, and I was like, yeah, he from Detroit. Nah,
Yeah.
he was selling bricks last year. You can't take that the wrong way.
Right. I like how we take over the stadiums, man. Other people's
Yeah,
turf. That's man, we monsters with that.
yeah, they did a Detroit takeover party down there. Mark was down there.
Oh
He
yeah,
was on stage with Scarface.
man, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to our homeboy Marcus Huff. What up, though?
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
what's up, man.
but
Man, you,
yeah,
you see, they saying something about the film incentives where 50 Cent live or some things are kind of changing with the film incentives or something like in the South. You seen that stuff down there with them?
no, I ain't see it. So like, I know a lot of states they give you like tax credits and stuff when you
Yeah,
shoot movies there and all of that. Especially if you hire like, I know Detroit had some incentives too. That's why they shot
yeah,
like Transformers and all of that here.
yeah.
But a lot of times what they do, they want you to hire like people, local people for the for the crew and different things of that nature.
Right,
To work some of the labor force has to be from the same city, but each state and city got like their own little incentives to
right,
bring, because that's a lot of money being made. You know what I'm saying? And spent
right.
on them productions. So yep.
Yeah, yeah. One of my homeboys was working on Beverly Hills Cop, and he was talking about a lot of that stuff. Mhm.
Yeah.
Dope how
So
they do.
what with 50, what they do, they changed it on him like last minute or something, or
I don't. Some they was talking about the tax breaks or something is changing, and he's really kind of fight for his case. You know what I'm saying? I know he wanna
right,
do a lot down there. You know what I'm saying?
right.
In Michigan, it was a lot of places that had like film production studios that nobody really took advantage of, and at home. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's really sad,
Yeah,
man.
it's one thing, like I tell people, like when you start a business like that's based on like just government incentives and stuff like that, you got to be leery, like if especially if we change in leadership,
Right,
right? Then you got to like think about it, like are the incentives really worth putting your business in that certain location? Because you got to factor in how long are those incentives going to be there, or are they just trying to give you an incentive to move your business and then tax you heavily on the back end?
right,
So I
right.
mean, it's pros and cons to it both, and I mean that's why the music industry and the film industry was mainly in two or three places as long as they were.
Mm,
You know?
that's wild, man. You see our homeboy Trick going to the White House. I never thought I'd
Man,
see the day.
hey, hey, it was funny because you see M on stage with Kamala, and you see Trick with Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's like the polar opposite. The black guy with the white dude with the black lady, or so-called black lady, right?
Right.
But that was funny in itself. That was a weird dynamic. But it's funny because man, I never seen. I'm trying to think like I seen celebrities endorse politicians before, but I just couldn't picture, especially back in the day. I couldn't picture like some um some politician giving like Run $5 million or LL $5 million to come on stage
Ain't that
and
something?
perform. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Giving giving Luke and them and Two Live Crew money to perform a ratchet song. Cause Meg
Right.
came up there and was performing Thotty Yachty. Like come on now. But
Then
it's
what?
crazy.
Easy had to pay for a dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For
Yeah.
promotion.
That just show you how much times change, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
how
wild.
powerful the hip hop culture is, because it is pop culture now. So
Yeah.
they said Beyonce got paid like what, like $10 million or something, and Meg got like five,
That's
and Beyonce was only up there for like 3 minutes.
him threw a peace sign up, you know. 50 turned
Yeah,
down performance money. He still, he still was going for Trump, you know.
that's crazy.
Wow.
You know the so they in debt. The Democratic Party is their campaign. They said they like $20 million in debt or something like that. They raised $1 billion in like less than 90 days, which was unheard of. But it's funny how you can raise $1 billion in 90 days, but you can't assist with all these other programs we need out here.
Right.
So that just go to show you it's money out here in the world. People
Yeah.
just put it where they personal interest is.
Right.
Yo, but the big thing though is they $20 million in debt. They paid all these celebrities, and they ain't pay a lot of the people that was working the campaigns and vendors. They
Mm.
paid Kamala didn't want to. It was one I think it was Call Me Daddy podcast or something.
Mm.
She didn't want to she didn't want to go to their studio, so they had the host come to like a hotel where Kamala was at. They paid $100,000 of the campaign funds to build a set. So all I'm saying is we need a set over here in Funky Fresh in the
Well,
Flesh.
yeah.
Gi-
Shit.
give us a good 50K
Wow.
right quick. We have a nice looking set
Man. Come
over
on,
here.
Trick. Come on, bring the White House with
Right.
you. Wow,
But
that's
that's
wild.
crazy, man, to raise that much money and to be 20 million in debt afterwards. And people that raise money for it, they pissed off. You
I'm
know what I'm
sure.
saying? So yeah, the music industry ain't the only industry where you end up in debt.
Yeah, truthfully, they was talking about how distasteful some of the moves was made, and just how the rappers, it's a lot of the entertainment game got a black eye in it to be putting that towards the forefront of the campaign.
Right,
It's too much smut on these lot of these artists' names to be pushing them as the go-to to promote.
right.
They were saying they want to see doctors and lawyers up there speaking. People got power in the community other than the entertainment shaking their ass and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it was like a last ditch effort to just get the popular vote. And I,
Yeah,
I think they played that celebrity popular, the popularity contest instead of really coming with, the facts and like what's your cause? What do you stand on? How are you gonna benefit the people? Don't entertain me, what
right.
I'm saying, run the country. And I think that's where they kind of failed at it. And to their defense, they were trying to be more popular than Trump, but he just a master at it. He got
Mm,
years of marketing himself,
right.
and he not scared to disgrace himself, like to be embarrassed. Like
Mm,
he'll do the garbage truck or the McDonald's stuff.
mhm.
Um, Kamala, she just she didn't have a history to be that vulnerable, right? So yeah, Trump just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all gonna talk about me for 5 days off of this one move. He stole my share when he did them little antics and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yo.
Speaking of antics, man, what you thought about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, man?
Oh man, that I mean, we all know it was fixed. I mean, in the back of our mind, everybody in our generation that came up watching Mike, we thought it was some hope there. Then you seen the training videos and stuff like that. Um, and even when you was watching Netflix, he sparred with the one dude, but they didn't show like a bunch of rounds with him sparring with people like most fights. Most fight prep
Right.
is. I don't know how often he sparred, but it was like I think they didn't show a lot of extra action. I mean, anybody can look good for 30 seconds hitting them gloves, right? Well, I
Mhm.
can't say anybody. Everybody ain't in shape like that. But for a real fighter, you can look good for 30 seconds to a minute. But holding up in that ring and then seeing him hobble around with that bad knee or whatever was going on with his legs, it was just like, man, this ain't the Mike we've been watching prepare for the fight.
Man,
Yeah.
it was
It
talking about his knees, and remember he fell off the hoverboard
yeah.
in the living room. He said he ain't been right. What is he? Me and my brother was
Yeah.
talking. Said that was a wood floor. he
Right.
ain't been right since then.
Yeah. And he just didn't have his legs, the age showed and everything. But I
Yeah,
I I honestly think he had a chance if he wasn't fighting, he wasn't letting his hands go. And then like it was sometimes where like he'd get hit or shots was coming at him and he'd do like the old man thing, like how old men do like that.
yeah,
When they get hit and they be like, oh, and I'm
yeah.
like, he wasn't acting like a trained boxer that he is,
Mm.
but there was a glimpse of Mike. That's what makes me think it was a little stage because out of everybody, all the old boxers I've seen fight past their prime, none of them had Mike's attitude about dying in the
Mm.
ring. Uh,
Right,
Mike is like, I'm here, I'm willing to pass out in this boy, and he looked like he was about to do it.
right.
So
Yeah, it was sad to see, man.
yeah, it went from being hype for him to being sad, but it
Mhm.
was like, it was like Lil Mac came back to hunt us all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lil Mac was like, "I'm gonna get you in 30 years."
But you know what pissed me off? But his brother was like, man, I'll fuck you up too. I'm like, oh,
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you going with that shit, man. Now it's
right?
disrespect button y'all don't push.
Yeah, yeah. When we gonna talk to one of our hip hop brethren that's really into boxing on our next episode. We
Yeah.
gonna break down boxing because I got some questions to ask him about Tank and Devin Haney and some other people that's out there. And then I really want to ask him who he think should fight Jake Paul because he can't fight. I don't I don't think nobody seriously like a top five contender would fight him. It's
Mm.
not worth the time for them. But I think it's some people closer to Jake Paul's age that's either on a come up or that's not really on that journey to like a title fight or anything. I want to see him fight a real boxer because I think he can. I think Jake Paul is fighting. He not really boxing.
Yeah.
Like the technique and the
Yeah.
strategy not there, and you can see it when these last guys was training them. They
Yeah.
had to break him down from scratch and start over. So
Man, did you see the girls fighting before them?
man, the two fights before the girls and was it Ramo Barrios or whatever?
Yeah.
Them was some good. Now them was legit fights. Everybody's face was swollen.
Yeah. Super.
everybody, everybody looked like Martin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, there was some good fights, man.
Yeah, they was. The girl lost her eyelid at that fight. So wow.
Man,
Super bucket.
yeah, yep. Ain't
Real.
no fake lashes on them chicks, boy.
Mm-mm.
Boy,
Yeah,
it
they
was
was toe to toe, like taking every blow.
yeah.
It's crazy, man. Hey,
That's
what you think about what's going on with entertainment with Ray J, man? I had a pleasure meeting Ray J in the lab. Pretty cool dude. You know, we worked in the studio with my homeboy Crime.
Yeah,
Shout out
Ray
to
J
Crime.
did a movie here in Detroit, didn't he?
Was recently?
No, this was a while ago.
Oh, you talking about Envy? Yeah, Envy. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
Envy back
something
in.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did the he got the One Wish movie going on. It's kind of hard to see him, going through the personal stuff in public like that. What you
yeah.
think about that and how Nicki Minaj was talking to him and things like that?
I mean, Ray J. I mean, this is from another like met him or anything like that, but it's just this thing like the perception of somebody. Okay, you Brandy's little brother, right?
Hmm.
And we just see it. That's human nature. Like you want to get out of somebody else's shadow, but then regardless of how old you get, people try to son you. So it's like even like with Lil Bow Wow or something, right? So I think part of when Ray J is speaking, or and I don't know for sure, but I've seen this happen to people in that position before. Some of the things they do is to prove themselves, and and then it's like he got a lot of talent, man. He got a lot going on, but it just for some reason, um, it's just seemed like shit gonna find him. You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna find himself in shit because of the because of that image. Either he's trying to prove it or somebody's not respecting him. And I see like, you
He
know,
talked about it. He talked about being Brandy's brother, how he embraced it. But the industry will take you away from your talent.
right,
It put
right,
you in everything else sometimes. I think that everything else kind of face a lot of us, just like, us as entrepreneurs, we will, we see Puffy with the Ciroc and say, okay, where your label at?
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Go ahead, where your, picnics or where parties, because with the liquor come party and it come drug abuse and it take you away from your initial mission. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
Yeah,
just to see him at the forefront with Black Rob and doing certain things before he passed away, I think that's where sometimes that's where they get penalized for getting away from that, that what
right.
they came in for. And that's the beauty of seeing LL, come back and MC Light and you know them
Yeah,
people that from all these years.
everybody kind of got their own journey, man. And then like the older you get, you start realizing you gotta let people live and live their journey. Cause like I was after Ray J got into it with like Puffy Kids or whatever, the incident, it was like some video some video of him and Whack 100 talking,
Hmm.
and Whack was like, we gonna he said something about we gonna make this like 1995 or something. He said, I'm like, dude, niggas 40, 50 years old out here. Like what we doing? So it was just like I don't I don't know. It's weird because like Ray J know how to sell himself too. Like when he did the
The Studi Brothers.
interview with was it Orlando Brown, the
Yeah.
crazy Disney dude. So it was just like he played that right. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you little homie to me, but you crazy. I'm gonna play into the crazy too. But I'm
Hmm.
gonna promote my shit where I'm up here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Then they trying to say I heard somebody talking in an interview. They was trying to say he had something to do with Whitney
Hmm.
passing away. He was supplying her with drugs or whatever. Like it just be so much shit like coming up. But then on the other end, it's like where's nobody really talk about the positive shit he did or the good
Hmm.
business moves he made. They just always come at him with a disrespectful like, oh, he just a little dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
How long you can be little dude. You know what I'm saying? When you 30, 40 years old, it just don't work
Hmm.
like that. So
Yeah, you can respect them having an afterlife after hip hop and music and stuff. The earbuds and the glasses and things. You know, even the Zeus networks and stuff. Those guys having their own little TV shows and things like that. How they branch off, but just at some point you gotta find a peace when you get all that money and stuff. It's like, he talked about that. It's like where your soul versus the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Entertainment is funny, man. I mean, not just entertainment, but real life in any social circle, whether you're in corporate America. The
Mhm.
truth is, man, it's like, and Ray J is an example. You either have to love people or either people have to love you or they have to hate you. It can't be no middle ground because, like, if everybody love you, they like, oh, you say something bad about somebody, everybody love, they like, nah, he wouldn't do that or she wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
Somebody you hate, like everybody hate different politicians, they like, oh, whatever, right? But you still respect the people you hate, right?
Right.
But when people kind of quiet, they jump in and out, they handle their business. You see them in the limelight for a minute, then they out the limelight, but then they kind of quiet. Them the people that get the most slack. Like people
Yeah.
just start making up shit. Like how now they connecting Ray J with Diddy parties or with Whitney and all of this. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it is, but it's like I ain't heard about Ray J in years. You know what I'm saying? Except the times he went on TV or something and promoted his products or some reality something. But
Right.
it's just that's just how people work, man. Like you either all the way love or hate it. That in between is probably the worst place to be because
Hmm.
people get to making up shit. It goes because you not even combating what they saying. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Totally understand that one.
Yo.
Hey, we want to give a shout out to Buckshot Shorty, man. Get well, Buckshot Shorty, Black Moon. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that was sad to see, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I seen something that's about how they trying to apply law down there in Brooklyn about how the young G's got to respect these OGs and stuff. And I have seen they had some type of rally at a park or something on the YouTube. I hope it's true to where they recognize who these guys is when them guys lay down the law to kind of be a neighborhood watch in their own little way. You know what I'm saying?
man, young dudes reckless because our generation was reckless and we passed it on. It just got worse, to be honest. Right?
Hmm.
Like before, when we was listening to NWA, you know what I'm saying, and we say, "God damn, we ruthless." You know what I'm saying? That energy just carried on, and like I said, it's too many old niggas our age, dog, just 40s and 50s instigating it instead of helping and directing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no dude getting fresh out of jail. He did 20 plus years and he coming back and he hyping up the dudes who's 15 and 20 years old that don't know nothing about that, and then they bring them back around and they put a battery in their back. They don't have no respect for you because they ain't never really seen what you did, or
Hmm.
they think you old school. You don't still have what you was talking about. So
Hmm.
the young dude's not respecting that. If they see you walking down the street, you walking down the street, they driving. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Your glory days is just that. Like, I mean, going back to the Mike Tyson thing, most of Jake Paul fans don't even they gotta go and look up old footage,
Yeah.
right? So they don't have the fear of Mike Tyson that we did. So the same with these young dudes coming out. I mean, the reality of it is sometimes if we not here to get direction, man, we need to move out the way. And
Hmm.
some OGs need to just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? If
Hmm.
you're not trying to get direction and guidance. But yeah, man, they don't have the respect that we had coming up because our elders had they instilled certain stuff in us. You know what I'm saying? they wasn't leading us wrong. It was a few, but it wasn't a lot like it is now. And then
Right.
we ain't have social media,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because everybody want to act the ass on social media to show what they
Mm-hmm.
did, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Niggas getting out of prison, getting the YouTube page.
Yeah, and just
They say that's my
everybody talk
job.
about, man. I didn't see dudes get out of prison and tell like every play they ran, every connect. They were talking about, yeah, we was over here on such and such street, and what you call it, you know, he had to connect my man such and such, and I'm like, damn, are you serious?
Didn't come
Like
up
I
like
know it's been 30 years, but some stuff just need to stay
that.
where it was at or stay within your circle. Like
Man,
we glamorize that so much, the young dudes just get you can't say don't do this and you like you glamorizing what you saying don't do, right? So
yeah,
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 can't tell your daughter not to be a thought if mom was at Freaknik and the video just came out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
You got YouTube, man. That shit right.
like it's hard, you know.
Right.
Uh, But I
Hey,
mean, it do have to be some respect, and then a lot of these dudes don't. You know, the younger dudes, they not doing the research on you to see who you are, and then at the same time, in order for them to listen to you, you also have to respect them and what they going through too. I think sometimes we approach them wrong.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, totally. Yep. Shout out to Buckshot Shorty. Get well, man. We
yeah,
see, we see.
and that
Unfortunately,
was sad to see, man.
yeah,
That was sad because you know years ago we know a lot of rappers that then got beat up, right? But it wasn't accessible to see it on camera like that. And then you know everybody on the internet wanted to repost it, and it was just like not knowing the story behind it and all of that. It was
mm-hmm.
just sad to see somebody hype that up like that. So
Mm-hmm. Yo, shout out to Drew High, Rockness Monster. He stay out here on the West Coast.
that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah, man. Tell me something. You seen the Cash Money reunion?
Oh yeah, that was dope, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That
see. Go ahead.
no, I was saying that was dope to see all of them together.
Yep, to see Master P give him the award and things like that, that was pretty dope, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You can feel the energy, like you was happy for him. Like, damn, them boys, that Southern hospitality, like,
yeah.
radiates with them, you know?
What was what was what was the moment to me was when I seen them all on stage, right? And I remember like Juvenile album. I remember all the Hot Boys music coming out, and Wayne was like the young dude. Like you could tell they had him around, they respected him, but he had something to prove. When you see them back on stage after 20 something years later, almost 30 years later, and you just see Wayne's presence
Yeah.
and his celebrity compared to nothing against them, but compared to who they are, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like night and day, dog. Because it
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know, we listened to Wayne because he was on the albums, but it was a BG Juvenile thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to see what Wayne is, how much further in the industry and how the things he accomplished, that was just something to see. It was just like, okay, y'all all producers a megastar.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he just didn't want to get caught into that that way that New York got a fast paced hustle. Even when him doing all those mixtapes and stuff,
Yeah,
for him to be a Southern artist doing the mixtapes, he had it in his mind to have longevity, and I think that's just what it is. I think some people get content.
yeah,
He wasn't those guys that just like even at that time, Juvenile was doing a lot of mixtape stuff and with Skip and Wacko. He kept his brand going.
Right.
You know, just to kind of even even showing that they can rap over other producers' beats. Because Manny Fresh had it super on lock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just that thing, man. Even watching Manny Fresh DJ, you know, everybody got their own little strengths, man. Well, you know, power strengths. Or just watching Manny, it's like DJing. It sounded like he had 5 turntables up on stage. Just like,
Right.
you know, it's like, damn, these guys are, you know, they're ahead of their time, man. But to see that unity and they still all alive and on stage was the beautiful thing about it, you know. They ain't
Yeah.
up there in the wheelchair or you know what I'm saying, twitching that, you know.
Right. Man, I think out of everybody in hip hop history, I think the mixtape game benefited Lil Wayne the most. And
Mm-hmm.
I say that, I mean, DJs had mixtapes. G Unit had a good mixtape run, Dipset and all of that. But the reason I say Lil Wayne is because you mentioned it earlier. You was used to hearing Wayne on Manny Fresh beats or Southern beats, right? And Wayne actually started spitting. Like when you listen to younger Wayne, he was rapping, but the bars wasn't really there. He was rapping, riding the beat good. But the mixtape Wayne showed a whole different person. He started
Mm-hmm.
spitting. Then you can tune in and be like, okay, he can go over a lot. You know what I'm saying? He can go over anything
Right,
and stand out. On top of him improving his pen game,
right.
and then it was like, okay, he became the feature king or the remix king, right? And then that just opened the door. But I think he benefited from mixtapes the most because it shows so much diversity and his growth. All that came between the time of him dropping those mixtapes, and those damn things became classics, man. And it was
Yeah,
so much material. It was like, damn, what he gonna come with on the album? You know
right.
what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a game changer, man.
Yeah. It just is left field. It was different for the culture to see a southern artist move like a New York artist, you know?
Yep.
That stuff was dope, man. Just like it's just that left field stuff always worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was talking about talking to my boy the other day and was like how Joel Santana would sound good with
Oh yeah.
Griselda beats if he go left field like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, they in that they got that you know the Just Blaze era still got that stadium music stuff. But if he just now like adjust to what Benny the Butcher, some of them guys can go into that lane and
Right.
rap on those beats, it'd kind of change things. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this where I think the mixtape, the DJs that make
Mm.
mixtapes and blend music, I think this is where they really impact the culture, right?
Right.
A lot of people didn't pay attention to that. Like you listen to like Stephanie Mills, like back in the day, that was the first mix when they did Stephanie Mills over some hip hop beats, right?
Mm.
And then that became the thing for R&B artists to do. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That kind of birthed the Mary J. Blige's and all
Yeah.
this other stuff. So it was like you said, if somebody just take a Jules verse and put it over that type of beat, and people start running with it, then eventually the labels and the artists gonna wake up and be like, damn, everybody's playing this. Why don't we just do this?
Right.
Right? So the DJs have a lot to do with influencing music. Artists say it all the time. My music got started in the titty bar, right?
Mm. Mm.
But a lot of times you'll hear mixes in the club and you like, damn, that sounds good over that beat. Next thing
Mm.
you know, the actual artist jumping on a remix, or
Right.
the artist to say, I'm gonna start rapping over beats like this because I'm in pocket with this type of production. So
Mm.
I just think all it takes is for some DJs to put it out there and make it happen.
Yeah. I was brought that up to my homeboy. I said, man, going into the new millennium, man, if Jam Master Jay had a chance to do what DJ Clue was doing,
Oh
it
yeah,
would, yeah, it would have ushered so much. You know, he would put 50 on the mixtape, then add a couple artists, and broke it
yep,
down. Show that he had his roster. You know what I'm saying? How different it would have been for after they had their run with Pete Rock and CL Run DMC was like, okay, what we gonna do next? You know what I'm saying?
right, yep,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you
man,
see do you see Wallow talking to Kodak Black?
yeah, yep,
It was pretty
yeah.
insightful. I like how he be kicking it with these guys, man. Yeah.
That when I was saying earlier about the OGs, like if you're not giving direction and guidance and
Mhm.
not, it's a way to preach to people without sounding preachy or like you above them and you talking down to them. Wallow does a great job on giving them game. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Mhm.
got the right name for that show. Gilly
Mhm.
does a good job at it too, and I like the perspective they both got because Gilly is saying it from his standpoint. Wallow is saying, I did the time and like dudes that y'all thought was this when they got in there, they was something else, right?
Yeah.
And now that I'm out, I'm telling y'all, like being in prison around all the criminals, it's like he's got so much game and knowledge to give y'all like this ain't the college you want to go to.
Right.
So I like how he breaks it down. And so far, everybody he gave advice to that didn't listen, it ain't turned out good for him.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, it's that's refreshing to see him talk to guys like that when they respect him too. That's the main thing because
Yeah.
a lot of these guys don't respect you unless you got some type of stripes or you proving yourself or did something, or they just outright respect you for who you are. But yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, I think he too. You start to realize, say, damn, I don't really have too much time on this earth. So
Right,
let me make the best of these moments. This is how I feel about life myself coming back home and um, just period. These having these moments just now. You gotta embrace this time because it's so. Like I was telling my homeboy the other day, all them people died at the studio and stuff. I say, yo, let's not take so much for granted. You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's like I come check on the studio, and it's a lot of people I don't want to see.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Just sitting around chilling. You know what I'm saying? It bring more energy to me that I ain't even really waiting for, but just seeing shit through, man, is everything. I think that's what Gilly had he had the know-how and the drive, but to have somebody that really say, dog, let me pick you up. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Instead of hold you
yeah,
down, let me, you know what I'm saying, pick you up. And when I'm talking to all these people like this, I want to make an impression. That's what all of this stuff. And that's the beauty.
yeah,
Even with Wallow, when I met him, man, he was just like, yo, this your album? You ain't never had a commercial like this, man. And boom, boom, he just was, where's Dez at? I say he overseas. Oh, Dez is overseas, but you got to get the album. He just was put, it was just like, wow, this guy going, his people skills it's like, his people skills is worth more than money.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Wallow, Gilly the Kid. I was embraced by, seeing how he talking to them guys when he got that moment with these guys. Because, man, these guys be going through shit, money or no money. They showed how Kodak Black take care of the hood and all this material stuff, but you could tell niggas' souls be on fire. You
Yeah, and
know?
when the money run out or it ain't the same, you gotta start cutting people off. You either gotta
Mhm.
move, get the hell up out of there, or you gotta figure out a different avenue. And most dudes, they taking handouts, they not building, right?
Right.
So if they not building, when your money run low, they expect you to come back in the pen with them, you know what I'm saying, in the mud with them, and you ain't coming back to the mud because you put away a nest egg. So it's a hard act to balance, man. So it's like that shit. To be honest, that's who the campaign needed was Wallow to come up there
There
and,
you
and
go.
talk and connect with the people. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that would have
saying?
been perfect, wouldn't it?
Like when Kamala was in Detroit and Zeke asked her a question from New Era Detroit, he asked her a straight up answer, and she dodged the shit out of that question. You know what I'm saying? He asked her about reparations and all of that. She went back into the same routine about how her mom had to buy a home and healthcare and all that. And he asked her like, you know, what's up with the check? Like everybody else had reparations. So like it's sad because you know you see the politicians get celebrities. We didn't want to be entertained. Put
Hmm.
Wallow up there and say, look, this is what's going on in the community. Here's some solutions and here's how we fix it. And let's multiply Wallows. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Let's have let's have 10 in each major city, urban America, and let's
Right.
build around that. So that's where it's just yeah, that's just refreshing to see, man. Somebody come
Hmm.
out and talk to these young dudes like that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know, they were saying how you notice Mike Tyson walked to the ring by himself,
Yeah,
you know, because the energy he had around him and people stripping him of his money and it's you know all this stuff. It's the same thing at the end of the day. It's like you know what's not feeding into you is taken from you. You know, just you know it's something, man. We and I think people was really trying to find the truth even more now. I don't know if Cat Williams kicked off the year or something. You
yeah,
know.
he did, man. It's like you know we exposed to so much that, and then in the past like 4 or 5 years, you was exposed to so much before you wasn't paying attention to what was fake. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
now it's like, let me really analyze what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing on the internet and everything else that's going on in the world. And our generation, we came up, hip hop culture was birthed with our generation. So with that being the impact, as we're getting older, we were that bridge before the internet. You know what I'm saying? We was the bridge before hip hop, and
mhm.
now we seeing the younger kids. So the world is changing, but we're seeing it as it's happening, and we remember what the world was before, right? So
Mhm.
it's like yeah, the truth is there. We're older, and we like I don't have time to tell you nothing but the truth. Like
Right.
if if you call me and be like, somebody call me and be like, Reg, just hang out. And I don't want to sit around with a bunch of dudes for more than 30 minutes. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Just talking. Like we got 20, 30 years left. You know what I'm saying? If we lucky, that hour is valuable to me. You know
Man.
what I'm saying? I'd
Oh yeah.
rather be golfing or with the family or traveling or something. So like people more woke and more aware of what's going on in life. So it's like, yeah, you see something on TV and you like, let me analyze this to see if it's even worth me risking some
Mhm.
of the hours I got left in this world for. So
Mhm.
it's just we just in that space right now where people don't want to just be we want to be entertained, but at the same time, we're not gonna waste a lot of time on
Man, I felt that way at 15, 16, bro. I'm just being honest. That's why, you know, the magazines were started and all that shit. I get it, dog. I come back
it.
home because the niggas be bullshitting. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So that's how it go, man. Um, one thing I want to bring up, man. They was talking about Biggie and Fat Joe had an album together, man, or 4 songs or something. I don't know if you heard about that. dissing Pac and stuff. I had I seen the interaction with Biggie and Fat Joe one time. Actually took a picture of it. But you know, to them having a album together, and this was the time when I seen those guys. This one Pac was in jail,
Right.
but you seen the camaraderie. It was Suge Knight. They was at the show. But Fat Joe one interview said like he had 3 songs. Then he said he had 4, but then Puffy verified it. But all this stuff coming about now, man. Oh, you think we be able to hear that stuff? You think it's worth hearing or not? Let's go start some new shit.
I think it's worth hearing just for the nostalgia of it. I don't want to hear no diss songs when everybody dead. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I could see that. I mean, I had heard something like that before where it was but I thought it was gonna be like Fat Joe, Fat Joe, Biggie, and who else was on there? I don't know if they just had a song. What was it, Pudgy the Fat Bastard or something?
Yeah,
I think he was gonna be on the song because I know him and Big did that one song, right?
Yeah, Think Big.
Yeah, Think Big. So I don't know. It probably was just a rumor or something, but I did hear about Fat Joe and Big making some stuff together. It's probably tons of music out there that people then forgot about. Like it's people I recorded with, and they forgot we did songs together. You know what I'm saying? And these like major artists, so they did so much material with different people, and I'm talking about actually in the studio writing at the time to a beat, not no, send me the beat, I write to it and send it back type stuff. So I'm pretty sure them dudes, man, it's probably so much out there, and it just got swept under the rug. Because you got to think all the material that actually came out that we still haven't heard because it just didn't get the attention.
Yeah, they said it the same way with Pac and MC Bree. Got a couple more songs we haven't heard.
Damn. I see. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I seen today, man?
What's that?
This blow my mind, man. I just gonna leave it like this though, man. We can leave the show with this. Did you know the first one of the first puffy white parties was at Prince's house?
Damn. No, I can believe it though.
Prince wasn't there. Yeah, they said
Damn.
he let him have the building. Did you know?
What? Wait, was it Prince's club? Because Prince had a club,
No,
or was it Prince's house? Because I heard he had a party at Prince's club.
No, it was at the house, and it was
Paisley Park.
Yeah, they said he did something. I think it was Paisley Park, and they were saying Prince had an issue with Tidal and Jay-Z and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
So he supposed to make one exclusive album for Tidal. Then they saying that Tidal supposed to took his whole catalog and put it on there.
Damn.
They figured since they had the rights to do one album, they can go ahead and get the rest of the catalog. So some crazy shit going on out here, man.
Yeah. Everybody trying to put Jay-Z in it hard. Like it's ridiculous, man. Like I don't get it until I see some proof, man. I just can't jump on that bandwagon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But damn, Puff. So here's my thing about Puffy parties, man. Like I said it before in the episode. Like they show all this footage of celebrities, but every time they bring up like footage, you will see they be like, "Oh, Jay-Z was there," or Usher was there, or French Montana, and you see the fucking sea of all these white celebrities, actors, people that's not hip hop business moguls. They not pointing them out in the background. Clear as day that they there. They just like, oh, Jay-Z, Usher, Montana, you know what I'm saying, Khaled. it's like they pointing out the same people. What y'all trying to force us to
Yeah.
say, okay, this. So my thing is, he had parties. Everybody then came out said, yeah, we was at the party, but we didn't see the party that everybody was saying this went down at. So now I'm like, okay, all these celebrities, you got celebrities saying I was at the party, but I didn't see this. And I know how it goes. It's usually an after party, and there, I guarantee it was freak
Right.
offs. It was freak offs in Hollywood all the time, probably. Just freak offs in the hood right
Yeah, the
now.
Highland Park
Yeah,
shit.
somebody
Trey.
somebody left the club. You know, back in the day, we'd lead a dancery. You go, it's you and your friends, me and my
Right.
friends. You know what I'm saying? Them was freak off. So now the issue is when he got, you know, they saying all the weird stuff going on and the other stuff. Yeah, no, ain't nobody condoning that. But I mean, it's Hollywood, it's the industry. All I'm saying is it was a lot of people at them parties. If everybody gonna be at the party, everybody was at the party. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Don't point out just certain people. Everybody was at the party. Y'all need to ask
Right.
everybody the same questions.
Right.
Y'all need to scrutinize everybody that was there and people that was there 3 and 4 times. And then ask the chicks, like when they were showing they showed one party where it was a bunch of chicks, like they had beds outside, they had swings, and you seen the girls run up and jump on the beds, and they just jumping around having a ball. Now I don't know if they was high at the time or if they was sober and got high later, but all I'm saying is ask them some questions, like
Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying. And these was all races. So what
Mm.
I'm saying is it was other people at the party other than the black people. So if you're gonna scrutinize everybody. I'm
Right.
not saying the parties wasn't above board the after party, but everybody it needs to be fair across the board. Because
Right.
once we open that door and we support them taking us down, it's gonna open the door for them to take us down for any little thing.
Did that.
Yep.
You got to
Cause they
recognize the smear campaign when it's smearing, you know? That's just
yeah,
what.
because the Epstein and all of that stuff and Trump, you know, it's like back in the day, like everybody had pictures with Trump back in the day. From Russell to all the hip hop artists, all the celebrities, all the business people. Before he was in politics, y'all go Google and look up old pictures of Trump and celebrities. Everybody, Trump was,
Everybody's song. He was the Black
yep,
Trump. He was
Donald
everything.
Trump let me in now. Bill
Yeah.
Gates, Donald Trump let me in now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody was Trump
Yeah.
was people's guy before he
Yeah.
started opening his mouth and everybody heard him speak on TV.
Yeah.
He was that guy. So that's all I'm saying. It's like if somebody a bad person, they bad. If they're affiliated with a bad person, you need to judge them on their character and their affiliations. But if you got 5 people affiliated with somebody that you deem as bad, don't pick out one of those 5 people. Pick all 5 of them and scrutinize them all the same exact way. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Right. Right. Well, you know, in the entertainment business, collective blackballing is serious.
Yeah,
It's just they get on the 3-way, the 4-way. We ain't fucking with this. They rather see the weaknesses before the strengths. A lot of times with that, that's what keep that world going around. It's like they don't talk about the music no more. It's like, nigga, how your dirty clothes looking? You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's been a trend. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like you see everybody that got choked attacking Jay saying what happened at Rockefeller and all this. Dame actually spoke out kind of against what he
Dang,
was
hat,
saying
right?
on one of them.
You see Damon Dash hat right there.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, okay, he not just Dame wasn't just siding with him because he was talking against Jay. You know what I'm saying? Dame was telling Dame's truth, and he was saying, no, you was a liar. You know what I'm saying? And then like Jay old boy or whatever, he's making a running amok, the D Haven dude, right? So it's like he might be telling the truth on some of this stuff, and he might not be, but it's like, okay, somebody did something, what, 40 years ago in the 90s or something, or whenever that was. You told your story a few times. It's like, how many times you got to tell that story? And it's like, it it's all gonna come out to play at the end of the day. If somebody
Right.
a fucked up person, it's gonna come out. I don't want to build my name on telling people how bad you are. I want to build my name on what I'm doing that's right. And it goes back to the election. Kamala, part of her whole campaign was how bad Trump is. It wasn't about how good and what I'm actually going to do in the world. And that's what a lot of people didn't like. So just just putting dirt on somebody else's name, whether it's legitimate or not, you can't just build your name off of that alone. Even with an artist that diss people to get on, right? They
Right.
still gotta have good material outside of the diss records. So
Right.
that's all I'm saying, man. It's like it's just crazy, crazy to me, man.
Yeah, I said that. It's just that time people just be looking for the national choir. Back in the days, you go to the grocery store and you see the national choir, and it's Elvis Presley and all these people on there. It's like
Yeah,
now we got the internet that they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? The black folks the same way as that. Just I don't know, man. It's a hell of a game, man.
yep,
Yo, one more thing, man. Man, did you see Quincy Jones leave all that money for his kids, man?
yeah. We're like 86 million each,
Yeah, I think it was 70. At
or
70,
8 million, or 86. I forgot what the number is. It was a lot. I'm happy for him.
man, for
Happy
real,
for
man.
him. I
Shout
don't,
out QD3, man.
hey,
Real.
look. I know they used to people be spreading rumors about Quincy and all of that, but if you ain't read his autobiography, I think it was called Q. Go look through his history. I mean, from his friendship with Ray Charles, he worked everybody from like Miles Davis to what I'm saying, to Grandmaster Flash, just and Melly Mel. It's like the musical history alone, the theme songs to TV shows, the
Snapping the sun, all that.
yeah, the jazz bands, the big band, the R&B music he touched. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
From like what was it, like the Brothers Johnson, Michael, from
mhm,
Michael Jackson, like it was just so much, man. Herbie Hancock, like
mhm.
the history is long. So to see that legacy go and him not go broke, and like so many people do, and then be able to pass it on, and his kids, and you talk about generational wealth, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
And yeah, that was beautiful to see, and I think they still get like some rights or something to his
Mm.
works or something like that. I don't remember all the details, but in other words, the whole thing, like in all my business coaching and everything, they teach us like wealth is only worth something if you can pass it 3 generations or more. And
Mhm.
most people get wealth and you hand it to the next generation, meaning your immediate kids, and it's all swindled away, and it your money gone with them. That's
Yeah.
just, and that's the sad part.
Mhm.
Nobody has a plan. I mean, they got actual trust you can create, like a skip trust or whatever they call it, um, where it skips over your kids and go directly to your grandkids. It's so many different ways to set things up to make sure your stuff lives on, whether your intellectual rights, your finances, everything. You know what I'm saying? Your
Mhm.
assets, and it's just good to hear like, damn, somebody got it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And it hopefully it makes it through the third and fourth generation.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Man,
so
shout out to Hip Hop Worldwide. Shout out to Entrepreneurism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go get the bag, man,
For
and make
real.
a difference out here to
Right.
somebody.
Right. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all subscribe, hit that like, share link, and go check out all the videos, man. Shout out to Ramo. We got some more stuff coming, y'all. Funky Fresh in the Flesh. Y'all check us out. My man Swan Don got the party
Oh
coming
yeah.
up, man. Get well, Swan Don, man. We rooting for you, homeboy. And man, we appreciate y'all tuning in for real, man.
All
Me
right,
and
y'all.
B-Boy McCoy, we out of here.
All right, peace out.
Funky Fresh in the Flesh.
Hey, do that still sound old saying peace out, or can I say peace out?
I was listening to Legal today, and Jamal was on there. Fuck peace, and I'm like, nah, I can't say fuck peace, right?
Right. Yeah, that was DJ Quick said it first.
Yeah.
All
Peace out, y'all.
right.
Word.